The 49ers almost lost to the Raiders. They almost lost. But just like the title says, the 49ers are too legit to quit. Even though they made the playoffs already, they still went out there and fought. They was like, nope, if we got going to overtime, we're going to win this game. And talking about quarterback issues, they're down to their third quarterback, and they're still winning.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one 49er fan on here. I don't got too much good to say about the 49ers because they are who they are. But Dave, take it away.
All right, so now y'all believe me when I said that it was a trap game this week. Remember when I said that last week? Y'all was like, y'all thought I was foolish. I tell y'all, I know my team. I know what's going to happen. I just know. I know these things. Now, great win, San Francisco. Well, not great win, but good win. Won 9 in a row, won in overtime. It was definitely one of Purdy's toughest, I won't say toughest games, but it was tough for him because he didn't play particularly well all the way, but he was able to be clutch in the end when we needed him to, and he helped us, win the game. Christian McCaffrey, I still see how I don't see how he's not in the Pro Bowl. It makes absolutely no sense. There's no reason why he shouldn't be in the Pro Bowl. I just think that was highway robbery. He had 19 carries for 123 yards, 6.4 yards a carry, and a touchdown. He was balling out yesterday. And then, as a team total, we had 227 carries for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jordan Mason is my rookie who I was telling Carl about, got his first career touchdown yesterday, so congrats to him. He played well when he came in, so that was good. But I've been telling Carl about this other guy for a minute too, about Brandon Ayuk. I said he's the best catcher on the wide receiver on the team. I understand Debo is the better playmaker and a better overall player, but Brandon Ayuk as a wide receiver catching the ball is better. He's just nine catches for 101 yards, 11 yards per catch, and a touchdown. And then in overtime, it was his drive. He had 3 or 4 catches on that overtime drive, on the not overtime, but the last drive to get us to overtime. Even though we missed that, we could have won the game, but he was the reason why we got the opportunity to be there. Now, overtime, the Raiders got the ball, and Bosa was just clutch. Even though he didn't have any tackles yesterday, he had no sacks, no tackles for loss. They pretty much held him up yesterday, but the one time he needed to make a play, he made the play, made the lineman go into the quarterback, and got forced to pick. Now let me talk about my defense. Yesterday was probably the worst game we had, other than we played against Kansas City. But I'm not giving them an excuse at all because we played terrible yesterday. But people don't understand that Jarrett Stidham played in that system last year. He was the backup quarterback to Mac Jones with Josh McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. So I'm not saying that Jarrett Stidham is great, but he knows that system, so he was able to play well. And he took advantage of what the Commanders should have did the week before, which was throw the ball deep on our corners. Like I told everybody, we have a great front seven. Our back end is the issue. It's always been the issue. Yes, I know Travarius Ward has played well, and I understand that Talanoa Hufanga was voted to the Pro Bowl this year, but I know the back end. The back end is not great. We don't have a lot of speed on the back end. Our corners are slow. Travarius Ward is not fast. Deommodore Lenoir is not fast. Jimmy Ward is a safety playing as a nickelback right now, so he's not necessarily fast. And then Tashawn Gibson, he was a street free agent before we picked him up this year, and he's a starting safety. So our back end is really not that good. Our back end just looks good because our front seven is just monstrous. But the day our front seven ain't good, it exposed our back end. So I won't say that we're in trouble, but we have some things that we need to fix. We played way too much man yesterday, even when we should have made adjustments and played some zone or some cover too. But we played way too much man, and we played against one of the best receivers in the game, and Devontae Adams, and he took a co-advantage of us. He had 7 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. He basically had 22 yards a catch. He balled out yesterday. He had 11, and he had 11 targets. He could have had more, and plus, he had a penalty called on him because freaking Fred Warner was on. Fred Warner's not going to be able to check Devontae Adams. Fred Warner might be a great linebacker, but he ain't a great covering linebacker. He gonna get burnt by Devontae Adams every single time. I don't care what anybody says. So we did that, but our rushing defense was still pretty good yesterday. It wasn't great, but it was still pretty good. Josh Jacob didn't run all over us yesterday. He only had 69 carries, 69 yards with 17 carries, but he did have a touchdown, which tied the game late in the fourth quarter. So I still feel good about our team. Not too high, not too low. We still have a chance to get the number 1 seed. We're the number 2 seed now, since the Vikings got blown out by the Packers yesterday. Justin Jefferson, I should have benched you if I knew you was gonna get locked up like that. But I still feel okay. No different. I still feel the same about my team. Who knows what's gonna happen next week? It's a division game. We should win easily because it's the Cardinals, but it's a division game. Last game of the week is gonna mean something. We're gonna play so we can try to get the number 1 seed. But that all depends on the Eagles. Playing
the Eagles.
You go ahead, Tomo.
Oh no! I was gonna ask you, I was gonna let Joe go. I just had one question to ask you though. This is for everybody. Who would have told you after week 2 that you all still would have the chance to be the number 1 seed in the NFC? Would you believe it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I would not have believed it. Not at all. Not with the third string quarterback in. Nah, I wouldn't believe that at all. Not at all.
I think I had y'all having the number 1 seed. I think I did.
I know I did. That's why I asked.
You did too?
Yeah. I had them going to the Super Bowl.
Me too. I had them going to the Super Bowl too. All right. Yeah, I concur. I agree with what you said, man. Like, you gotta be excited about Brock Purdy. He first time he faced adversity, showed up. That last drive did a good job. Even though he got missed that field goal, but he did a good job that drive. Also, like you said, be worried about the secondary. That's your Achilles heel. And I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it because everybody got their hosts, in their defense. But y'all say when y'all play against a good receiver, they can do some damage. And you look in the NFC, it's some good receivers out there. You got the Eagles with Devontae and AJ. You got CD and the Cowboys. All right. You got Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans. So in the NFC, there are some teams that got that weapon that could pick y'all apart, like Devontae. He was killing y'all. He was killing y'all. But that catch he made was crazy. But you right, Jarrett Stidham. Like I felt that way too. Like I didn't think that I thought y'all was gonna blow them out, but it had nothing to do with the Raiders. It had everything to do with y'all. But I had a feeling he would play better than Derek Carr because he played with Jonathan Daniels already. He know the system, and then he got the weapons to floor, just throw the ball to him, and he was taking big hits too while he was throwing it. So I won't be too worried. I think if y'all do lose in the playoffs, it will be because of y'all secondary.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, man. I mean, he Stidham had he had his best game as a quarterback in his career.
Yeah,
65 yards, 3 touchdowns, basically 11 yards per throw. He balled out yesterday, but he did something that some quarterbacks hesitant to do: is stay in the pocket, even with pressure in your face, and still throw it. Most quarterbacks flinch like Kirk Cousins. They'll flinch and not do the right things. But Stidham actually played like he should have. He played like how Derek Carr should have played while Derek Carr was in the game.
So, I mean, yesterday, we all need those games, to bring us back down to earth. A lot of teams say that after they struggle against teams they should beat. And again, you all locked in the playoffs. Like I said, week 2, you lost your starting quarterback. Y'all won that game 27-7, Then Jimmy G comes in 7-3 with Jimmy G. That was your record, right? Then he goes down. You win that game against the Dolphins 33-17.
We were 6-4 actually.
You were?
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about his record, not the overall team. Jimmy G. He was 7-3 as the starting quarterback.
Gotcha.
Go down, right? Then Purdy comes in. He wins. Purdy, I don't even think Purdy lost the game yet.
4-0.
4-0, right? Defense has allowed only 2 teams to go over 20 points. Over 20. Remember that. The only time y'all lost both games, right? I I wouldn't take yesterday as a wake up call.
3 times over 20. Atlanta scored 28.
Who was the third team? Oh yeah. The
Raiders.
Raiders. That's the third one. I'm talking about the 2 losses.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Y'all beat this other team, so it doesn't really. We talking about yesterday. That's just an anomaly, man. You know, everybody needs to get their gears reset. It's like an oil change out there. Every 5,000 miles, boom, y'all right back at it. If I'm you, I say yesterday, look at the film and move forward, because the only thing the 49ers right now have to worry about, and I hate that I got to say this as a Cowboy fan, is how much the tickets and hotels going to cost at the Super Bowl, bro. Because the way y'all been playing, like, you just got to beat the NFC. You only play the AFC once, maybe twice if you make it there. All the wide receivers you named, Joe, they're good. However, you got to think about the offensive lines within the NFC. Dallas is shaky right now. The Eagles is very shaky. Not very. Dallas is very shaky. The Eagles are shaky because that Lane Johnson situation, and we seen how the Saints was getting to him yesterday. You seen Green Bay, if they make it. Y'all know the Giants is, you already know what that O-line looks like. So right now, I wouldn't worry about the front seven, because the offenses that you all have to go up against, you all can get back to the quarterback. Now, if the quarterback gets the ball off, that's when you have to be worried, like you said, with your back seven. But I believe in your front seven enough for the NFC. So, long story short, I see you in Arizona, man.
I'm not gonna say it yet.
I'm saying it. You don't have to. I'm saying it for you.
But I gotta say this about the Niner Empire. We are probably the best traveling team in the NFL, not the NFC at least. Every time we go in an away game, there's a sea of red. That was our first time going to Vegas, and 60%, maybe 70% of that stadium was filled with us. Same thing when we went to go Mexico City and play the Cardinals. That's closer to the Cardinals, and it was all 49 fans pretty much in there. Did we do that with? We're just a great traveling team, man. So I got to give a shout out to the Niner Nation. Bang bang Niner gang. Let's go.
It's 3 teams. It's three, and we all tied for 1. We're all tied for 1. I'm gonna just say we're all tied.
Okay. Who's the other one other than
the Steelers? They say the Steelers travel.
Bill Mafia. Don't forget Bill's Mafia.
That's true.
I mean, if I'm a Bills fan, I'm going everywhere too. I don't want the 4 Super Bowls. I lost them all.
Facts.
My bad.
They brought buses to Miami. That's why.
True.
From Buffalo.
Yeah.
You know. And the Eagles travel too, but the Cowboys are everywhere. Y'all don't travel. Y'all just there.
That's true. That's true. Never mind that y'all are number 1.
Yeah.
Y'all everywhere. Y'all. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.